morning again, ladies and gentlemen. We are now streaming live.
Buenos días, damas y caballeros. Ahora estamos transmitiendo en vivo.
Please unmute in both the female and male pod. I need to be able to hear from
Si
the.
pueden abrir el micrófono del lado de los señores y las señoras para que
Ladies
podamos
and
oír.
gentlemen, please raise your right hand.
Levanten por favor la mano derecha.
Do you swear or affirm that the information given to this court, as well as any information provided in any court-appointed application, is true and correct? So help you, so say I do.
Juran y afirman que la información que van a dar durante esta audición, durante esta audiencia y también la información que proporcionaron en la solicitud para el abogado de oficio es verdadera. Si es que sí, digan juro.
Yes or no? This is for everybody.
Sí, no, es para todos.
Thank you. Please put your hands down.
Pueden
And just
bajar
to
la
be
mano.
clear, we have an interpreter who is interpreting my directions for Mr. Sampieri, but everything I'm giving is for everybody, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. This is your first appearance before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County.
Esta audiencia es su comparecencia inicial en la sala menor del Tribunal de Primera Instancia del Condado de Clayton.
We are not here to try your case or to take a plea.
No estamos aquí para llevar el caso al juicio, tampoco para tomar una declaración de acusaciones.
You are here for me to inform you of your charges.
Ustedes están
advise you of
aquí.
your rights, and to
Ustedes,
protect bail.
ustedes están aquí para que yo les informen de las acusaciones, para imponerle fianza. I'm sorry, Your Honor. That was inform you of your charges, set bail,
And inform you of your rights.
y también informarles de sus derechos.
I will schedule a preliminary hearing from some of you and determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney.
Para algunos de ustedes, les voy a programar la audiencia preliminar y también determinar si requieren el asesoramiento de un abogado.
During this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights.
Durante esta audiencia y cualquier ulterior tendrán los siguientes derechos.
You have the right to remain silent and say nothing. And should you give up this right, anything you say may be used against you if this case goes to trial.
Tendrán el derecho de permanecer callados sin decir nada, y si deciden renunciar a ese derecho, cualquier cosa que diga se puede tomar a su contra si el caso procede a juicio.
You have the right to the presumption of innocence until the state proves your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Tiene derecho a la presunción de inocencia hasta que el Estado haya probado su culpabilidad fuera de una duda razonable.
You have the right to indictment by grand jury for most felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors.
Tiene derecho a una acusación formal cuando se trata de delitos graves o a una acusación general cuando se trata de delitos menores.
You have the right to a speedy and public trial by jury.
Tiene derecho a un juicio público y sin demora ante un jurado.
You have the right to see, hear, and cross-examine witnesses who are called to testify against you.
Tendrá el derecho a ver, a escuchar y a contrainterrogar a los testigos convocados a declarar en su contra.
You have the right to compel the attendance of witnesses on your own behalf by the use of a subpoena.
Tiene derecho de obligar la presencia de testigos a favor suyo por medio de una citación judicial.
You have the right to testify and offer evidence on your behalf should you choose to do so, but failure to do so does not shift any burden to you.
Tiene el derecho de presentar testimonio y pruebas si eligen hacerlo, sí, pero si deciden no hacerlo, la obligación de probar no recae sobre usted.
You have the right to have an attorney represent you, and at this point, I'm appointing each of you an attorney.
Tiene derecho a un abogado para representarlo. En este momento voy a designar un abogado para representar a cada uno de ustedes.
You always have the right to hire your own private counsel or to represent yourself.
Siempre tiene el derecho de contratar su abogado particular o de seguir en representación propia.
Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds pending the prosecution of your case.
Algunos de ustedes tendrán derecho a depositar fianza durante la sustanciación de su caso.
This bond may be cash, commercial, or property.
La fianza se puede tramitar en efectivo a través de una agencia comercial de fianzas o con propiedad.
If you do a cash bond, someone will deliver the full amount of cash to the jail who will hold your bond while your case is being prosecuted. Once your case is closed, the bond will be returned to the person who posted it.
Si va a tramitar la fianza con efectivo, alguien tendría que entregar el total de la fianza más las tarifas correspondientes a la oficina del sheriff en la cárcel y ellos retendrán la fianza hasta que el caso se haya procesado completamente. Luego, cuando se concluye el caso, se devolverá la fianza a la persona que la depositó.
If you use a commercial bonding company, someone will pay a bonding company up to 15% of your bond as a fee for their service. That will not be returned.
Si utiliza una agencia comercial de fianzas, entonces hay que pagar a la agencia una tarifa de hasta un 15% de lo que es la fianza total. Será la tarifa de servicio que la compañía no devuelve cuando el caso se termine.
Someone may also post a bond using their property if the bond has a net equity in the amount 3 times the total amount of the bond.
También se puede tramitar la fianza con una propiedad. Esa propiedad tiene que contar en plusvalía o patrimonio neto, un valor de 3 veces lo que es el valor de la fianza.
Some of you, excuse me, all of you will have special conditions on your bond.
A todos ustedes tendrán condiciones especiales con la fianza.
At minimum, you will not be permitted to violate any laws while out on bond.
Como mínimo, no se le permitirá infringir la ley mientras está en libertad bajo fianza.
Additional conditions may be applied that keep you from going around certain people or certain places.
También se le puede imponer condiciones especiales que prohíbe contacto con ciertos lugares o personas.
The court takes these special conditions very seriously, and if you violate them, your bond will be revoked and you may face additional charges.
El tribunal toma las condiciones de fianza muy en serio. Si llega a incumplir esas condiciones de fianza, su fianza quedará revocada y no tendrá derecho a otra fianza mientras está esperando la resolución de su caso.
These charges can be anywhere from aggravated stalking to influencing a witness, and they carry with them heavy fines and fees if convicted.
Esas acusaciones pueden incluir una acusación de hostigamiento con agravantes o influenciar a testigos que conlleva multas y tarifas muy pesadas.
If you have friends or family members who are watching this broadcast who will be assisting you with posting bond, they should wait a few hours till after we concluded first appearance because it does take some time to process the paperwork.
Si tienen familiares o amigos que están viendo esta transmisión y quieren ayudar a pagar la fianza, por favor que esperen unas horas porque tarda un poco para tramitar la documentación para la fianza.
If a family member or friend is an alleged victim, he or she will not be allowed to post bond because there is a special condition prohibiting contact between the accused and the alleged victim.
Si ese familiar o amigo es un presunto víctima del caso, a esa persona no se le va a permitir depositar la fianza porque se impone una condición de no contacto entre el acusado y el presunta víctima.
Some of you are charged with offenses for which the court is not authorized to post your bail, and in that event, a bond hearing will be set for a different date.
Algunos de ustedes tienen acusaciones por las cuales no tengo la autorización de imponerles fianza. Si eso es su caso, se programará una audiencia aparte para la determinación de su fianza.
If you are currently on active probation, this court will not be authorized to set a bail in your case, and that will only be considered after your probation officer has had an opportunity to review your case.
Si actualmente está cumpliendo una condena condicional, o sea, la probation, entonces no tengo la autorización de imponerles fianza en este momento. Solamente se considerará se considerará la fianza una vez que su funcionario de probation haya tenido la oportunidad de repasar o revisar este caso.
We will also discuss preliminary hearings today.
También hoy hablaremos de la audiencia preliminar.
The purpose of your preliminary hearing is to determine if there is enough evidence or probable cause to keep you detained until your case goes to trial.
El propósito de la audiencia preliminar es para determinar si existen suficientes indicios o pruebas para mantenerlos detenidos hasta que el caso proceda a juicio.
If you are charged with misdemeanors only, you will have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing.
Si solamente tienen acusaciones menores, tendrán la opción a renunciar a la audiencia preliminar.
Waiving your hearing does not affect your right to a trial, the right to post bond, or the right to an attorney.
Renunciar a la audiencia no afectará su derecho a un juicio, el derecho a depositar fianza, tampoco su derecho a un abogado.
It merely moves your case faster through magistrate court directly to state court.
Sencillamente mueve el caso más rápido de la sala menor a la sala estatal.
If you post bond, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived.
Si deposita la fianza, entonces la audiencia preliminar queda renunciada automáticamente.
If you cannot make bond, you can still waive your preliminary hearing and you will be brought over in the next couple of weeks to have your day in court.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, the interpreter didn't hear the last part. To have you?
I'll say it over. If you cannot make bond, you may still waive your preliminary hearing and they will bring you over in the next few weeks to have your day in court.
Thank you. Si no puede depositar la fianza para salir, aún así puede renunciar a la audiencia preliminar y en unas semanas tendrá su audiencia.
We will take our Spanish speaking defendant first, followed by the ladies, followed by the gentlemen. We will proceed as quickly as we can to make this court calendar go efficiently. So I'll call Mr. Sampieri first.
Señor Sampieri, pase adelante, por favor.
Thank you. Deputy Leonard, please unmute. Thank you. And I assume you're a deputy. I'm not sure if you are, if you have a higher rank, I'm sorry.
No, ma'am, I'm a deputy. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Mr. Sampieri, you are charged with no license and theft by receiving stolen property.
Señor Sampieri, a usted se le acusa de manejar sin licencia y también de tenencia de bienes robados.
Do you understand your charges?
¿Entiende las acusaciones, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
For the license charge, your bond is $1,000.
En cuanto a la acusación de no licencia o manejarse de licencia, la fianza es $1,000.
For the theft charge, your bond is $2,000.
Y por lo de tenencia de bienes no robados, la fianza está a $12,000.
For a total of $3,000.
En total, la fianza es $3,000.
You shall not violate any laws without a bond.
Que no incumple la ley estando en libertad bajo fianza.
Are you able to make bond?
Va a poder depositar la fianza, señor, y salir. Yes.
The next court date is January 10th at 8 a.m. in room 201.
Muy bien, señor. Su próxima audiencia es el 10 de enero a las 8 de la mañana en la sala 201.
Have a good day.
Que tenga un buen día.
Okay. Gracias.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
De nada, señor.
All right, Ms. Toll, I think that's all we have for today. Have a great day and happy holidays to you.
Thank you. Same to you and to everyone. Have a great one.
Thank you. We're gonna go back to the ladies, starting with Courtney Barnes.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. You are charged with reckless conduct and disorderly conduct. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
For the reckless conduct charge, your bond is $4,000. For the disorderly conduct charge, your bond is $1,500 for a total of $5,500. A condition of your bond is that you must not return to the Taco Bell on Sarah Boulevard, and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
These are misdemeanor charges, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be January 10th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Pilar Bound should be next.
Yes, how are you?
I'm well. How are you, ma'am?
Good, well,
Ms. Bounds,
yes,
you are charged with criminal trespass and theft by shoplifting. Do you understand your charge?
yes, I do.
Your bond for the criminal trespass is $3,000. Your bond for the shoplifting is $2,000 for a total of $5,000. Condition of your bond is you shall stay away from the Chevron on West Fayetteville Road, and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand?
Yeah, so what happens today?
First of all, everybody should say yes or no, not yeah or nah, because you're talking
Yes.
to the court, not your homegirl, okay? So I'll
Yeah.
ask again, do you understand your conditions?
No, I don't. Can you explain?
Okay. So yes, you are to pay a bond of $5,000, or you can use a cash bond or use a bonding company, like I said earlier, and you shall not return to the Chevron on West Fayetteville Road, and you must not violate any laws about out on bond. What do you not understand about those conditions?
Okay. So am I going home today or?
If you can bond out,
Oh, no, I can't bond out today.
okay. So if you cannot bond out, you will be in jail until you bond out, ma'am. Do you have any other questions?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too, thank you.
We're gonna set Ms. Pounds for January 10th at 8:30 a.m. Ms. Bounds, excuse me, I called her Ms. Bounds.
No.
Did you get that, Ms. Marie?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Are you Loretta Day?
Yes. Good
Ms.
morning.
Day, you were charged, good morning. You were charged with criminal trespass. Do you understand your charge? Do you understand your charge, Ms. Day?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $3,500. A condition of your bond is that you shall not return to 11 Upper Riverdale Road, and you shall not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. This is a misdemeanor offense, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Please sign your waiver, leave it with the deputy, and your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you Ms. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Jones, you are charged with criminal trespass and public drunk. Do you understand your charges?
Yes.
For the criminal trespass, your bond is $3,500. For the public drunk, your bond is $1,000 for a total of $4,500. Condition of your bond is that you shall not return to Hartsville Terminal unless confirmed travel, and you shall not violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand?
Yes.
Are you able to make bond?
No.
This is a misdemeanor. Both of these are misdemeanor offenses. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Please sign your waiver. Leave it with the deputy. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day.
Can you tell me when my next court date?
You just waived it, ma'am, so they'll bring you over to be in a couple of weeks. So your preliminary hearing is gonna be waived and they'll bring you over for your arraignment in a couple of weeks. Sophia Saba,
Ma'am, how are you?
give me one moment. Ms. Saba, you are charged with battery as well as you are charged with criminal trespass. Do you understand your charges?
No, ma'am, but the criminal
You said
trespass,
no, so it's alleged that you were the predominant aggressor when you entered the victim's Sari Bala's room in order to provoke her into a verbal altercation by not exiting the room when you were asked to do so multiple times. It is alleged you then took a few of her personal items into your own room, that the victim followed you into the doorway of your room, at which time the argument turned aggressive, that the alleged victim and you started pushing and pulling on the door, causing the mirror on the back of the door to fall and break, that the alleged victim attempted to retrieve her items and you refused to open the door, causing damage to the door, that you all are cousins and reside in the same house together. That is what has been alleged.
yes, ma'am, I understand what was alleged, but those products that.
Please
that
stop. I didn't ask you were you guilty or innocent. Remember, we talked about this at the very beginning. This is not your trial date. Your lawyer is not here with you. You may inadvertently say something that implicates you. So I'm not being rude when I tell you to stop. I'm actually protecting you. Talk with your lawyer about whatever you're about to tell me, and he or she will let the court know when it's appropriate for that. I have a few more questions for you, okay? So your bond on the battery is gonna be $3,500, and your bond on the criminal trespass is gonna be $3,500 for a total of $7,000. You shall stay away from the alleged victim, who is Sari Bala. You shall not return to 1289 Crest Ridge Lane in Riverdale. Since it is a shared residence, I will allow you to go with the sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you shall not go back to the property without a sheriff's escort for any reason until this case is resolved or until that condition is modified by another judge. Do you understand all that I've shared with you so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be January 10th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. You have any more questions for me?
Yes, ma'am. My daughter and I also, we live there. So how am I supposed to, as far as my daughter and I?
You will need to talk to your attorney about that.
Okay, all right, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. Have a good day. Anaya Stacker,
Good morning, Your Honor.
good morning. Give me 1 second, ma'am.
Okay.
Ms. Stacker, you were charged with criminal trespass. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your bond is $3,500. Condition of your bond is that you shall stay away from Ebony Mason, and you shall not return to 681 Lit River Road, apartment 45A in Jonesboro, Georgia. You shall not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand?
Honor.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, Your Honor.
Your next court date will be January 10th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
You're welcome. Ms. Jackson, give me 1 moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Thaxton, you were charged with possession of a marijuana less than an ounce, use or possession of drug-related objects, trafficking in methamphetamines, and tampering with evidence. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
On the possession of marijuana, your bond is $1,500. For the possession of drug-related objects, your bond is $1,500. For the trafficking in methamphetamines, you do not have a bond pursuant to 1761. And for tampering with evidence, your bond is $10,000. Should you get a bond on the felony charge at a later date, you shall not violate any laws by out on bond. But as I stated right now, you do not have a bond on that trafficking charge. Your next court date will be January 9th at 8:30 in room 201. And your bond hearing will be January 13th at 8:30 in room 201. Have a good day. Shanika Wyatt,
Good morning.
good morning. Give me one moment. Ms. Wyatt, you are charged with simple battery. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Condition of your bond is $3,500. A condition of your bond is that you shall have no contact with Donald Williams. And you shall not return to 10079 Freeman Court in Jonesboro, Georgia. Since that is considered a joint residence, I will allow you to go with the sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you may not go back to that property for any reason without a sheriff's escort until the case is resolved or until that condition is modified by another judge. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
Your preliminary hearing will be January 10th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That should be all of the ladies, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much. Give me a moment to transition to the gentleman.
Yeah, bless.
You too, thank you. All right, we're back on the record. Whenever you all are ready, we'll take Marcus Booking. Are we ready? Can y'all hear me? Marcus Booking?
Yes, Your Honor, we hear you. Are you done with the females, Your Honor?
Yes, I thought that we had all of them. We're transitioning to the gentleman.
Okay. Yes, sir. Your Honor, do you want to do the two fugitives last, or when do you want to take care of them, Your Honor?
Yes, I usually do the fugitives last. Thank you for asking.
Yes, Your Honor. Sir, step up. Tell me your first and last name. Oh, not you. Step up, sir. Tell the judge your first and last name. Marcus Burton.
Burton, you're charged with obstruction of law enforcement, crossing a roadway at the wrong place, use or possession of drug-related objects, and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
For the obstruction charge, your bond is $3,500. For the crossing the roadway charge, your bond is $500. For the drug-related objects charge, your bond is $1,500. For the possession of marijuana less than an ounce charge, your bond is $1,500 for a total of $7,500. No, sorry, $7,000. Try to do some quick math. Your bond is $7,000. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Condition of your bond is that you shall not violate any laws without on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Probably. I'm trying to call my folks now.
Okay. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? All of your charges are misdemeanors.
No, ma'am.
You said no?
No.
Your next court date will be January 10th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Thank you to the back.
Keelan Burgess,
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Good.
Good. Give me 1 second. So you were charged with DUI, let's say, improper lane change, driving on a suspended license, and distracted hands-free driving. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
On the DUI, your bond is $5,000. On the improper lane change, your bond is $500. On the driving on a suspended license charge, your bond is $1,500. And on the distracted hands-free driving, your charge is $500 for a total of $7,500. And you must not violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. These are misdemeanor offenses. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
Your next court date will be January 10th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Same.
Dale Bird,
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
I'm well. Give me 1 second.
I'm perfect.
Mr. Bird, you were charged with knowingly driving on a canceled or suspended registration, no insurance, and driving on a suspended license. Do you understand your charges? Do you understand your charges, Mr. Bird?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond on the canceled registration is $500. Your bond on the license charge is $1,500, and your bond on the no insurance is $1,000 for a total bond of $3,000. You shall not violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
These are misdemeanor offenses. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be January 10th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Thank you too.
Thank you.
Next one up.
Martez Copeland.
Yes, ma'am.
Preliminary hearing. Mr. Copeland, you are charged with 4 counts of aggravated assault, 2 counts of reckless conduct, 1 count of discharging a firearm near a highway, 2 counts of battery, 3 counts of cruelty to children in the first degree, 2 counts of cruelty to children in the second degree, 4 counts of cruelty to children in the third degree, 1 count of disorderly conduct, and possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. Do you understand your charges?
Ma'am.
You do not have a bond on any of the aggravated assaults. On each of the reckless conducts, your bond is $10,000. On the firearm discharging a firearm charge, your bond is $3,500. On the battery charge, your bond is $3,500. On the cruelty to children in the first degree, your bond is denied. On the cruelty to children in the second degree, your bond is denied. On the cruelty to children in the third degree, your bond is $10,000 for each of those charges. Disorderly conduct, your bond is $1,500. And for the possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, your bond is denied. So as I stated, you do not have a bond at this time. Should you get a bond, a condition of your bond will be to stay away from Amber Royale, William Gamble, Brendette Gamble, De'Avion Gamble, and Armaya Copeland. Your next court date will be January 9th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Just go ahead and see it. See your whole one in that cover. Second row.
James Dixon should be next.
Sir.
Give me one moment, Mr. Dixon.
Yeah, on your back, please, sir. Thank you.
Marie, with the Copeland charges, I'm gonna add the remainders to his, like we added them to the bond condition. I'm gonna add to his application, because it looks like they stopped at 6/8, but I'm gonna go ahead and just write them in for the remainder of those.
Okay.
You don't have all his charges on that application.
Okay, now, on the bond order that I said, it had all of them on there.
Yes, I did. I
Okay.
got that one. I just want to make sure we're on the same page about the application.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
Mr. Dixon, you are charged with criminal trespass. Do you understand your charge?
Yes.
Your bond is $3,500. Condition of your bond is that you shall stay away from Alfonso Dixon. You shall not return to 1333 King Road in Riverdale, and you shall not violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
No, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor offense, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Please sign your waiver, leave it with the deputy. Your next court date will come in the mail. If you haven't bonded out, they'll bring you over, okay? Mr. Gammon should be next. Mr. Gammon, you are charged with aggravated assault, false imprisonment, simple battery, and simple assault. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am. And good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You do not have a bond on the aggravated assault or the false imprisonment. On the simple battery, your bond is $10,000. On the aggravated simple assault, your bond is $10,000. As I stated, you do not have a bond. Should you get a bond on those felony charges, condition of your bond will be to stay away from Denasia Goodwin and to not return to the 1456 Riverwalk Boulevard address. Your next court date will be January 9th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Donovan Gardner.
Yeah.
Mr. Garner, you are charged with speeding, DUI, driving on a suspended license, no insurance, and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. I have dismissed the DUI charge. The rest of your charges still stand. For the bond for speeding, it's $500. The bond for driving on a suspended license is $1,500. The bond for no insurance is $1,000. And the bond for possession of marijuana less than an ounce is $1,000 for a total bond of $4,500. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Your charges are misdemeanors. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be January 10th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
Backwards.
Three, those three can go like seven. The back row, y'all three can go like seven.
Antonio Ham should be next.
Yes, ma'am.
Give me 1 second. Mr. Ham, you're charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce, a felony count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, as well as use of possession during the commission of a crime. Do you understand your charges? Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
On the misdemeanor charge, your bond is $1,500. On each of the felony charges, your bond is $6,000 each, for a total of $13,500, and you shall not violate any laws about auto bond. Can you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date is January 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Antonio Harris should be next. Mr. Harris, you are charged with tampering with evidence and possession of a weapon. Do you understand your charges?
Yeah, ma'am.
For each of your charges, your bond is $7,000. They're felonies, so your next court date is going to be January 9th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Oh, Mr. Harris,
Yeah, ma'am.
a condition of your bond is that you shall not violate any laws about auto bond. Do you understand?
Yeah, ma'am. So I have a bond for both of them?
You have a bond for each charge in the amount of $7,000, and the condition of your bond is that you shall not violate any laws about auto bond. So your total bond is $14,000, and the condition of your bond is that you shall not violate any laws of auto bond. You understand?
Yeah, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, have a good day. Christopher Johnson,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Johnson, you're charged with criminal trespass. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $3,500. A condition of your bond is that you shall stay away from Dorothy Freeman. You shall not return to 340 A219 Upper Riverdale Road. It was indicated that that is a joint residence. As such, I will allow you to return with a sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you cannot go back to that property without a sheriff's escort until this matter is concluded, until the condition is modified by another judge. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
Actually, no.
This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date is January 10th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon. Give me 1 second. Are you Mr. Marsh?
Yes, ma'am.
Give me 1 second.
That's all we went to.
Mr. Marsh, you're charged with trafficking in marijuana and possession of a Schedule I controlled substances. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
You do not have a bond on the trafficking in marijuana pursuant to 1761. And your bond on the second charge is $10,000. Your next court date is January 9th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Judge, on January 9th, would that be another bonding hearing?
Your bond hearing will be on January 13th. Thank you for clarifying. Your bond hearing will be on January 13th. Your preliminary hearing will be on January 9th.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day. James Porter.
Yes, how you doing, Your Honor?
I'm well, thank you. Give me 1 second. Marie,
Excuse me, Your Honor.
yes,
One question. Mr. Antonio Simmons, it says he has a violation of VOP for violation for probation. He didn't have a CAA form. Do you need him? Because
Marie, do we have Simmons on my calendar?
Yes,
Okay,
number, position 62.
okay. I
we
guess I
have,
see him.
okay, we didn't have a CAA form for him, ma'am.
Thank you. But Marie, I actually was gonna, can y'all bring Mr. Marsh back? I need to correct the record.
Yes, ma'am.
You actually don't have a bond. I said it was 10,000 on the schedule one is actually denied. So you have the no bond pursuant to 1761 on trafficking and then no bond on the possession of a controlled substance. Did you get that, Marie?
Yes,
And then Mr. Marsh, do you get that?
Yes, ma'am, but I will get a bond on January the 13th.
You may get a bond when the judge, when you have your hearing, that's when your hearing will be, yes, your hearings have not changed, but I'm just correcting the record for the purposes of today. You don't have a bond on either charge. The first one is denied pursuant to 1761. The second is denied pursuant to judicial discretion.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
All right, and we're gonna do the same, thank you. I'm ready for Mr. Porter. And we're gonna do the same thing with Ms. Paxton, Ms. Wesley.
sorry,
And I can
Judge,
call
what was
you
that?
offline. Ms. Paxton, I'll call you offline about that, but I wanted to give you the heads up about Ms. Paxton as well. I
Okay,
was moving too quickly. That felony drug charge should be denied pursuant to judicial discretion as well.
yes, ma'am, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Porter, you are charged with simple battery, family violence, aggravated assault by strangulation, criminal trespass, damage to property, and simple battery, family violence. Do you understand your charges?
Ma'am.
You say yes, ma'am?
Ma'am.
Give me one moment. For the battery family violence, your bond is $3,500. For the aggravated assault, you do not have a bond pursuant to judicial discretion. For the criminal trespass, damage to property, you do not have a bond pursuant to my discretion. And then for the simple battery, family violence, the second charge, your bond is $3,500. Condition of your bond, if you do make bond on the other charges, will be to stay away from Veronica Stanford, as well as to stay away from, excuse me, I want to make sure I get the victim. It may be the same person. One says Veronica Prout, P-R-O-U-T-T. The other says Veronica Sanford. You are to stay away from that person. and you shall not return to 6467 Katy Lane. If you do get a bond, as stated, you do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date will be January 9th, 2023 at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Mr. Rogers, you were charged with driving on a suspended license. Are you Travis Rogers?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're charged with driving on a suspended license. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your bond for that charge is $1,500. A condition of your bond is you shall not violate any laws of auto bond. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
This is a misdemeanor, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
All right, your next court date will be January 10th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Eric Smith should be next.
Eric Smith. Your Honor, which one did you call next?
Eric Smith. Give me one moment. Mr. Smith, you're charged with child abandonment. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $1,500 and you shall not violate any laws of auto bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Because it is a misdemeanor offense, you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be January 10th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
I need Mr. Thompson.
Thompson should be next. Give me 1 second, Mr. Thompson. Mr. Thompson, you are charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, cruelty to children in the first degree, and another count of aggravated assault. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
You do not have a bond on any of your charges. Should you get a bond, condition of your bond will be to stay away from alleged victim Karen Towns or Karan Towns. And let's confirm the other victim, the other alleged victim, excuse me. So yes, Mr. Towns is the alleged victim on all three charges. You already have no contact with Mr. Towns. Should you get a bond, but as I say that you do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date will be January 9th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Thank you. Dravion Washington.
Yes, ma'am.
Give me one moment.
How was it? That was flooded. Oh, you was in section
All
7.
right, Mr. Washington, you are charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce, use or possession of drug-related objects, no insurance, and unlawful use of blue lights. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond for the possession of marijuana less than an ounce is $1,500. For the use or possession of drug-related objects, your bond is $1,500. For the no insurance, your bond is $1,000. And for the unlawful use of blue lights, your bond is $500, for a total of $4,500. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
A condition of your bond is that you shall not violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand that as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
These are misdemeanor offenses, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? Uh-oh. It froze. Did you say yes or no? Do you wish to waive your
No,
preliminary
ma'am.
hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be January 10th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. And then Robert Washington should be our last, aside from, I thought we had Mr. Simmons, Miss Wesley. I don't see his paperwork.
He didn't have a CAA form, man.
Yes, sir. I'm asking my judicial
Oh.
assistant, but thank you.
What was that again, Judge?
Earlier we were talking about Mr. Simmons. I didn't remember seeing him in the stack, and now we're to the bottom of the stack. I don't see him. Do we have him on the calendar? I don't see him in my stack of paperwork.
No, I don't see him on the calendar.
Okay, because earlier you said he was like number 60 something.
Oh,
But now you're-
let me check for that real quick.
Okay, we'll continue on with Robert Washington.
Okay.
Mr. Washington, you're charged with possession of firearm by convicted felon, a red light violation, knowingly driving on the suspended registration and driving on a suspended license. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, give me 1 second. I need to check something. All right, we are back on the record with Mr. Washington.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Washington, unfortunately, I cannot give you a bond on the possession of firearm by a convicted felon pursuant
ma'am.
to 17-10-1. But I will give you a bond on the other charges. So on the traffic charges, it's $500 on the red light violation, $500 on the knowingly driving on suspended canceled registration, and $1,500 on the driving on a suspended license. But pursuant to OCGA 17-10-1, you do not have a bond on the possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Your next court date, however, will be January 9th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
Judge, I'm gonna have to look and see exactly what's going on, because according to CPU 8, he's been Mr. Simmons has been released. But,
He's been bonded out.
well, they don't say OTB, it just say REL, like release. But I would have to get more detail because of his charge.
Okay, while you're doing that, we'll continue with the fugitives. If you can bring up Mr. Benjamin and Mr. Powell.
So, gentlemen, right here. I'm gonna turn your papers over. Don't sign yet. Wait till the judge. Oh, you're right here. Benjamin, you're right here.
Give me 1 second.
Here, you gotta beat on the door.
Gentlemen, we're still live handling court. A little loud. All right, Mr. Benjamin.
Yes,
and Mr. Powell, give me 1 moment.
Said who y'all, we never get traffic court here. Sir.
All right, we are back on the record with Mr. Isaiah Benjamin and LaCurtis Powell. Good afternoon to you both. This is what is called an extradition hearing. A fugitive warrant has been issued for each of your arrests. You do not have charges pending against you here in Clayton County. You've been brought to court today because you have charges pending against you in a different state, and those states have requested that you return to answer for those charges. In accordance with the laws of the state of Georgia, you're brought before me for an explanation of this proceeding. You have the right to contest the legality of this warrant and to have all extradition proceedings. Or you may waive your right to the extradition proceeding and voluntarily return to the state of your requesting your extradition. So for you, Mr. Benjamin, it is alleged that you entered and remained in the state of Georgia, knowing that you had a warrant out of Hancock County, Mississippi for marijuana possession, which is a felony in that state, and they have indicated that they will extradite you. For Mr. Powell, it was accused that you have entered into the state of Georgia from knowing that there is a warrant missing out of Hines County in Mississippi for the charges of false entry, embezzlement, robbery, and fraud. And they have indicated that they wish to extradite you to the state of Mississippi. So both of you have alleged charges in the state of Mississippi. Before you inform me of whether or not you wish to waive extradition, let me explain to you the following rights. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you. If you desire to contest the legality of the extradition proceeding, then you must file or have filed on your behalf what's called a writ of habeas corpus. You will be allowed a reasonable amount of time to file such writ. You may file a writ of habeas corpus to contest extradition to the state of Mississippi. However, it can only contest your extradition on one of four things. First, whether or not the extradition documents are in order on their face. Two, whether you are charged with a crime in the demanding state of Mississippi. Three, whether you are the person named in request for extradition. And four, whether you are in fact a fugitive. You cannot contest the issue of your guilt or innocence in this state, the state of Georgia. You are entitled to the advice of counsel if you decide to do that. But if you waive extradition, the state of Mississippi will have 30 days to come and get each of you. If Mississippi has not picked you up in 30 days, you will be released. If you contest extradition and the state is unable to extradite you within 30 days, you may be committed to the state or the county jail for an additional 60 days while you are awaiting extradition. So I will ask you first, Mr. Benjamin, do you wish to waive extradition and be voluntarily returned to the state of Mississippi?
That's me signing the paper saying that I'm willing to be extradited, right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the same question for you, Mr. Powell. Do you wish to waive your extradition hearing and voluntarily return to the state of Mississippi? I didn't hear you, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, they will give each of you several original waivers for you to sign. Once you sign those waivers, they will return them to me for my signature. I will sign each of them and get them back over there to get the process moving for each of you gentlemen, okay?
Your Honor, can I ask a question?
Yes.
I wasn't aware of the warrant. See any like notification in the mail. I gave them all of my information when I bonded out, and I went to all the court hearings that they provided. And
Yes, sir. I'm gonna stop you because you're about to go into your defense, which is not the appropriate thing for this right here. You will have an opportunity to share that at the appropriate time. I'm just merely trying to get you in the right place so that you can have your day in court. As I stated earlier, you cannot contest your guilt or innocence in this state because we don't have any authority, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I did not mention earlier, but bond is denied from each of you all in this charge. Obviously, we do not give bond in cases where people are alleged fugitives, but I will sign off on the waivers once you all sign them and get them back to me so we can get the matters moving, okay?
okay,
All right, have a good day.
so
Ms. Wesley, do you have any update regarding Mr. Simmons?
Yeah, Ms. Mary.
This
does.
is Mary.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Mary.
So, Mr. Simmons, that was a probation violation charge out of state court. So,
Oh, he was added improperly to my case.
yes, he was.
Okay,
He
so,
never should have been added.
okay, did you all hear that over at the jail, deputies?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you all don't have anybody else for me, right?
No, Your Honor, that's it, ma'am.
All right, happy holidays to you all. We are gonna be starting tomorrow at 10:30 instead of 11. That
Yes,
30 minutes may make us get to lunch a little sooner. Y'all take care, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
all right, have a good day.
Thank you. I see somebody waving their hand at me.
That's Mr. Simmons, ma'am, that you said that he should have been added.
Yeah, Mr. Simmons, you are not before me today. You were added to my calendar improperly. They'll bring you over at the appropriate time to the appropriate judge. You don't have anything. All right, we are now streaming live on YouTube. Everyone, please raise your right hand. Gentlemen in the back, you as well. Thank you. Do you swear or affirm that the information given to this court, as well as any information given on your court-appointed forms, is true and correct? So help you, so say I do. Thank you. Please put your hands down. Good morning again. This is your first appearance before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County. We are not here to try your case or to take a plea. You are here for the court to inform you of the rights that you have, of the charges that are currently brought against you. I will set bail for some of you, and I will determine whether or not you require the assistance of an attorney. I will also set preliminary hearings for some of you. You have the right to remain silent and say nothing, but should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceeding and any future proceedings could be used against you if this case goes to trial. During this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights. You have the right to the presumption of innocence until the state proves your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to indictment by grand jury for most felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by jury. You have the right to see, hear, and cross-examine witnesses who have been brought to testify against you. You also have the right to compel the attendance of your own witnesses by the use of a subpoena. You have the right to testify and offer evidence in your own defense, should you choose to do so. However, failure to offer any kind of evidence cannot be used against you in terms of bringing or shifting a burden or finding you guilty for just failing to offer evidence. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. It is my policy to appoint each of you a court-appointed attorney. I will do that today, but you always have the right at later dates to hire your own counsel or to represent yourself. Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds pending the prosecution of your case. This bond may be cash, commercial, or property. If you use a cash bond, someone will bring the full amount of bond in cash with any applicable fees to the sheriff's office, who will hold the bond while your case is being prosecuted. At the conclusion of your case, that bond will be returned to the person who posted it. Someone may also choose to use a bonding company. A bonding company can charge anywhere up to 15% of the amount of bond as a fee for their service. If you have a bonding company that you use, they may not return that fee once your case is closed. And some of you may post a bond using what's called a property bond. If your property has net equity at least 3 times the amount of bond, then your property can qualify for a property bond. I will ask each of you when you come before me if you're able to make bond. And when I ask you that, I'm asking, are you able to make bond one of those 3 ways, cash, commercial, or property? The answer is either yes or no. Some of you will have special conditions, or let me exchange that. All of you will have special conditions on your bond. At minimum, you will not be permitted to violate any laws while out on bond. But some of you will have additional special conditions on your bond that prohibit you from going around certain people or certain places. And it is the expectation of this court that you follow each special condition of bond to the T. This means that if you were to violate bond in any kind of way by getting a new charge or making contact with someone, your bond will be revoked and you will not be entitled to a new bond while awaiting case or while awaiting court. You may also find yourself facing new charges like aggravated stalking or influencing or intimidating a witness. These charges are very serious and they carry with them high fines up to $20,000 and prison time of up to 10 years in prison. So please understand these special conditions are not voluntary or optional. They are mandatory and expected that everyone follows them to the T. If you have friends or family members who are watching this broadcast who are going to assist you in making bond, they should wait a few hours from the conclusion of the calendar before attempting to post bond, because it does take some time for us to get all of the paperwork processed, although we will do everything we can to move this matter along efficiently. If your friend or family member is the alleged victim, he or she will not be permitted to post your bond, as I have put a no contact in place for any and all alleged victims. Some of you are charged with offenses for which this court is not authorized to set bond or bail. In that instance, your bond hearing will be held at a later date. Others of you, the court has chosen in our discretion to withhold bond. The court always has discretion to deny bond if we see that it is appropriate. And others of you who are on active probation, the court is not authorized to set a bond for you. You will have to have your probation officer review the matter to assess whether or not they wish to take out any kind of probation holds or anything like that, probation warrants. So if you're on active probation, this court is not authorized to set bond on your offense. I'm going to talk briefly about preliminary hearings, then we'll proceed with the court. The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine whether there is enough probable cause to keep you detained while your case is pending, while your case is kind of in limbo. If you have misdemeanors only, you have the opportunity today to waive your preliminary hearing, to move your matter along quicker through the system. Waiving your preliminary hearing does not waive any of your rights, does not waive your right to a trial, does not waive your right to an attorney. It just merely gets your case out of magistrate court and moves it on. If you waive your preliminary hearing today, you will sign a waiver and leave it with the deputy, and your next court date will come in the mail. If you post a bond, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived. So keep that in mind when I ask you if you wish to waive your preliminary hearing. For those of you who are facing felony charges, I will go ahead and set a preliminary hearing, and you and your court-appointed attorney can determine whether or not you wish to waive it at a later date. Although, as I've already stated, once you post bond, your preliminary hearing will be automatically waived. It is my intention to move this case, this calendar rather, along quickly. I'm going to take the ladies first, followed by the gentlemen. Ms. Wilkerson, I'll try to go as slowly as I can to get you to write down what you need for the calendar, but let's get started with Tracy Atkins. If y'all need to shift the personnel, gentlemen, I understand. I know you sometimes like to get people back. I'm not trying to tell y'all how to do what you're doing. But Ms. Atkins, please come forward.
Yeah, put them in the cell.
Ms. Atkins, you are charged with use or possession of drug-related objects, a felony count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, and possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
For the drug-related objects charge, your bond is $1,500. For the felony drug charge, your bond is $8,000. And for the weapons charge, your bond is $8,000, for a total bond of $17,500. A condition of your bond is that you shall not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
How much was it?
$17,500.
I gotta pay all that today?
Ma'am, I've already explained the different options for you. So you have a cash option, you have a commercial option, and you have a property option. Are you able to make bond, ma'am?
Trying to pay cash.
Okay, this is a felonies. Some of these are felonies, so your next court date will be January 9th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Ms. Wilkerson, did you get all that? Do I need to slow down?
No, I got it.
Okay. Arlisha Daniel,
Yes.
you were charged with simple assault, public drunk, and obstruction of an officer. Do you understand your charges?
Yes.
I have dismissed the obstruction of an officer, so that warrant application is denied. However, the simple assault and public drunk still stand. For the simple assault, your bond is $3,500. For the public drunk, your bond is $1,000, and you shall not violate any laws without a bond. Do you understand?
Yes.
Are you able to make bond?
No.
These are misdemeanor offenses, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
I cannot hear you.
No.
Your next court date will be January 10th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Thank you. Lorraine Evans should be next. Good morning. Good morning. Give me one moment. Ma'am, you were charged with theft by taking. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $2,000. You shall not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor count of this charge, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Ma'am.
You say yes or no? I couldn't understand you.
Yes, ma'am.
Please sign your waiver, leave it with the deputy. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Make sure she signs the waiver, gentlemen.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Next should be Natasha Goodman. Ms. Goodman, you are charged with false imprisonment, simple battery, and battery. Do you understand your charges?
Repeat it again.
You are charged with false imprisonment, simple battery, and battery. Do you understand your charges?
I mean, I don't. No, ma'am, I
My
don't.
question is yes or no. So you don't understand. Here's what you were accused of doing. It is alleged that you did ask victim one, Vernon B, for his cell phone to make a call. When he asked for his phone back, it is alleged that you refused to give it to him. That he advised that you grabbed on him and attempted to take the phone back from him to delete a number. That he advised he then attempted to leave the residence. However, you stood in front of the door, preventing him from leaving. There's a second alleged victim, Santoria B, and there's a witness, Jerome T, who observed a loud altercation between you and Vernon. That victim two advised that she stepped in to prevent the altercation, that she advised Vernon not to hit you, that you became aggressive towards her, and that you started swinging at her, pushing her, and that there was an altercation, that you continued to swing with open hands, that she sustained scratches to her wrist and right cheek, and that the witness observed this entire incident, and that all of you all are roommates. As a result, you were charged with false imprisonment, simple battery, and battery. You do not have a bond on the false imprisonment charge pursuant to 17-10-1, Ms. Wilkerson, so no bond, 17-10-1 for the false imprisonment. On the simple battery, you do have a bond of $3,500, and on the battery, you do have a bond of $3,500, but as stated, you do not have a bond on the felony charges. Should you get a bond on the felony charge, the condition of your bond is that you shall stay away from Vernon B, Santoria B, and Jerome T. But as stated, you do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date will be January 9th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
I was asleep. Okay.
Ma'am. Have a good day. Anaj Gordon, please forgive me if I mispronounced your name. How do you pronounce your name? Naji. You are charged with theft by shoplifting, a felony. Do you understand your charge? Do you understand your charge? I can't, is she responding to me?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear her?
I couldn't hear her, I'm sorry.
I said, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your bond is $5,000. A condition of your bond is that you shall not return to Walmart on Highway 85, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Are you able to make bond? Since this is a felony, I set your court date for January 9th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Tiffany Story.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Story, you're charged with criminal trespass. Do you understand your charge? I got a yes or no. I'm sorry, I looked down.
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $3,500. Condition of your bond is you shall stay away from Walmart and Ammo Block, and you shall not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am, but not until my check comes in, my disability.
So that's a yes to the court.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. This is a misdemeanor charge, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day. That should be the last of the women, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, great. Michael Alford should be next. Mr. Alford, you were charged with defective headlights and no license. Do you understand your charge? On the defective headlights, your bond is $500. On the license violation, your bond is $1,000 for a total of $1,500. And you shall not violate the laws without a bond. Do you understand? Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
This is a misdemeanor offense, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes or no?
Yes.
Please sign your waiver, leave it with the deputy. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day. Javante Brown. Mr. Brown, good morning. You were charged with theft by shoplifting. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $1,000 and you shall not return to 11449 Sarah Boulevard in Hampton, Georgia. You shall also not violate any laws without a bond. Do you understand your special conditions of the bond? Do you understand the special conditions of the bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make
Yes.
bond? Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor count of theft by shoplifting, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be January 10th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Nathan Carter. Mr. Carter, you're charged with theft by taking. Do you understand your charge? You said yes or no? I'm sorry, I didn't understand you.
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $2,000 and you shall not violate any laws without a bond. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
This is a misdemeanor count of this charge, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be January 10th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Christian Chapman should be next.
Chapman. Chapman. You Chapman? Who is Chapman? Chapman. Where's Chapman? Come on, Chapman. Come on. You're over here. Chapman, over here. Be the judge.
Mr. Chapman, you are charged with giving a false name and possession of a Schedule I controlled substance. Do you understand your charge?
Oh, I do.
Your bond on the giving a false name is $3,500. However, you do not have a bond on a felony charge pursuant to 17-10-1, Ms. Wilkerson, so no bond, 17-10-1 on count 2. Your next court date, Mr. Chapman, will be January 9th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
I ain't got no bond.
Step to the side.
No.
Go ahead.
Over here, Chapman.
Are you Quincy Cunningham?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Cunningham, you were charged with speeding 35 miles over the speed limit, reckless driving, improper lane change, simple assault, terroristic threats against an officer, improper lane change, no class violation, no license or class violation of your license, disorderly conduct, cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, and too fast for condition. I have dismissed the cruelty of children charge, but your other charges remain. Do you have any, do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
For the speeding, your bond is $1,500. For the reckless driving, your bond is $1,000. For the improper lane change, your bond is $500. For the simple assault, your bond is $1,000. For the terroristic threats or acts, your bond is $1,500. For the improper lane change, your bond is $500. For the license charge, your bond is $500. For the disorderly conduct, your bond is $1,500. Ms. Wilkerson, as I stated, the cruelty to children is the WDA is denied. And for the suit for conditions, your bond is $500 for a total of $8,000. You must not violate any laws without on bond. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Some of your charges are felony charges. As such, I set your court date for January 9th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
You too, thank you.
You're welcome. Travis Franklin. Mr. Franklin, you're charged with criminal trespass. Do you understand your charge?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do you understand your charge?
Criminal trespassing.
Your bond is $5,000. Condition of your bond is you shall not return to 8140 Terra Boulevard, and you shall not violate any laws of auto bond. Do you understand?
No.
What don't you understand?
I ain't supposed to do what now?
Stay away from 8140 Terra Boulevard. It is alleged that you were already told to not go back to that property 2 days prior to this incident that you were arrested for. So I'm telling you in public, it's recorded, do not return to 8140 Terra Boulevard. Do you understand?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I just don't know where it is, 140 Cherry Boulevard.
Your bond is $5,000. It's the same place where you were cited on the same place where you got this incident, where you were arrested, and the same place 2 days before where you were told not to go back. That's the place where it is, okay?
Is that like property when I step out of here?
I can't hear you. What was that?
When I step out here is that's not that property right there, is it? Like I'll be stepping on it as soon as I step out.
I don't understand what you're saying. What I'm telling you is, if you bond out, do not go back to 8140 Terra Boulevard. It's the same place you were where you got arrested. It's the same place you were 2 days before that when the officer allegedly told you not to come back there.
So if I make a left and go to the gas station, I won't be there?
You cannot go back to where you got arrested.
If you go back there and play these kind of games and you come back before me, you will not get a bond. It's as simple as that, okay? Have a good day. Your next court date is gonna be January 10th. Did you get that, Ms. Wilkerson?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm not playing with him. What's your name, sir? Are you Mr. Greer?
Yes, ma'am.
Give me one moment. Mr. Greer, you are charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault, 1 count of kidnapping, 1 count of false imprisonment, 1 count of battery, 2 counts of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, and criminal damage to property in the 2nd degree. Do you understand your charges?
Ma'am.
That was yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am? I didn't hear you.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
No worries. You do not have a bond on the aggravated assault charges pursuant to 1710-1, Ms. Wilkerson. No bond on aggravated assault, no bond on kidnapping, no bond on false imprisonment, and no bond on criminal damage to property in the 2nd degree. You do have a bond on the misdemeanor charges because by law, I'm going to give you a bond on those charges. They are $10,000 for each of the misdemeanor charges. As stated, you do not have a bond at this time. Should you get a bond, condition of that bond will be to stay away from Tamisha James, Ty James, and Taj James. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date will be January 9th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Victor Hardiman should be next. Mr. Hardiman, you're charged with simple battery. Do you understand your charge?
Yes.
Your bond is $3,500. You should stay away from Tanaja Clayton. Do you reside with Ms. Clayton?
No,
You should stay
but
away.
we have a child. We have a child together and we both have joint custody. So how would I handle that situation? I'm sorry.
You need to talk to your lawyer, but you should have no contact with her. None.
I understand. So would I be able to talk to my sister or someone? to
No
go through
contact
that?
with her through, the bond order says specifically, stay away absolutely, directly or indirectly by mail, email, pager, telephone, or third person, sister, mama, cousin, whoever, from the person, home, workplace, and immediate family members of anyone, including Tanaja Clayton. So talk to your lawyer, but you should have no contact with her through anybody, any means, DM, Facebook, text message, private thread, none of that until you talk to your lawyer. Am I clear?
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay. So you must also not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
All right, won't be a signature bond?
No. The bond is
Okay. All right, yeah.
$3,500.
Yes, I'll be able to make.
This is a misdemeanor offense, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Please sign your waiver, leave it with the deputies, and your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day.
All right.
Anthony Hyatt,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hyatt, you're charged with theft by receiving stolen property. Do you understand your charge? I can't hear
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I do.
Your bond is $15,000 and you shall not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date will be January 9th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Thank you.
How you doing, Your Honor?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Great.
You're Mr. Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Tyshawn, correct?
Ma'am.
Tyshawn,
Yes, ma'am.
you were charged with speeding and no license. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
On the speeding, the bond is $500. On the no license, the bond is $1,000 for a total of $1,500. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be January 10th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
You're welcome. Thank you. Delano Jones. You're Mr. Jones, Delano, right?
Yes.
For
Yes,
Delano.
ma'am. I'm Delano. Yes, ma'am.
So you're charged with battery, family violence, criminal damage to property in the second degree, and terroristic threats or acts. Do you understand the charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond on the battery, family violence is $5,000. For the criminal damage to property, your bond is $5,000. And for the terroristic threats or acts, your bond is $7,000 for a total of $17,000. A condition of your bond is that you shall have no contact with Devontae Jones. You shall not return to 10473 Iron Gate Lane. It was indicated on the warrantless arrest affidavit that this is a shared residence. As such, I will allow you to go with the sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you may not go back to that property for any reason without a sheriff's escort until this condition is modified or until this case is closed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand that?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
You must not violate any laws while out on bond.
Longewis.
Do not violate any laws.
Laws while out on bond. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so your next court date will be January 9th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Tony Jones,
Yes, ma'am.
you're charged with battery. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $3,500. You shall stay away from Makila Wright. You shall not return to 363 Upper Riverdale Road, and you must not violate any laws of auto bond. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be January 10th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Cordero Simmons. Cordero,
Yes. Yes.
how do I pronounce your name, sir? I apologize.
All right. It's Cordero Simon. You said it right.
Okay. You were charged with aggravated assault. Do you understand your charge?
Yes.
You do not have a bond at this time. Should you get a bond, the condition of your bond will be to stay away from Shantae Stinson. But as I stated, you do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date will be January 9th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Are you Brandon Smith?
Yes, ma'am.
Give me one moment. Mr. Smith, you're charged with giving a false name. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $3,500. The condition of your bond is you shall not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
Oh, ma'am.
It's a misdemeanor offense, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
You say yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date will be January 10th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Kyle Story, you were charged with criminal trespass. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $3,500, and you shall not return to Walmart on Amber Block Road. You must not violate the laws of auto bond. Do you understand? You said
Yes, ma'am.
yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
On the 28th, when my check gets here, I will.
This is a misdemeanor offense, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Please sign your waiver, leave it with the deputy. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day. Gentlemen, do we have anybody else?
You got one more, Your Honor, Thomas Michael.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yes, Your Honor. Where's the one? Here, you can teach it.
Mr. Thomas, give me 1 second.
Yes, ma'am.
You were charged with homicide by vehicle in the first degree, leaving the scene of an accident and improper lane change. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
You do not have a bond on the homicide by vehicle in the first degree. Ms. Wilkerson, that's going to be pursuant to judicial aggression, so no bond denied. Leaving the scene of an accident, your bond is $1,500, and improper lane change, your bond is $500. Your next court date will be January 9th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
This way. That's
Now-
all, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you all so much for your help. Y'all have a happy, safe holiday, and I'll see y'all soon.
Thank you, Your Honor. You too.
Thank
You
you.
too, Your Honor.
Did you need anything from me?
No.
Okay. If you
Thank
need me,
you.
give me on the phone. Y'all take care.
Okay, you too.
Good morning. Your name, please?
Kiara Frazier.
Ms. Frazier, you're here for initial appearance on 2 cases. First case you've been arrested for, it's 5 charges: battery, robbery with a weapon, grand theft, assault on a person 65 years of age or older, and aggravated assault. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in both cases. The second case, you were arrested for petty theft. I'm going to stay the bonds. Count 1 of the first case, bonds $500. Count 2 is $10,000. Count 3 is $1,000. Count 4 is $5,000. Count 5 is $2,500. The second case, the petty theft, the bond is $500.
Your Honor, I would ask that you at least treat the $5,000 bond as a subsidiary. She already has $10,000 on count 1, or on the armed robbery, should I say.
State?
Your Honor, state will leave it within your discretion. She doesn't appear to have much criminal history. State would just ask for a condition of no contact with her co-defendants.
On the count 4 of the first case, the $5,000 bond, I'll reduce that to $1,000. Okay. I'm going to order you to have no contact with any victims or witnesses, not return to the scene, possess no weapons or firearms. Good luck, ma'am. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Anthony Tristan Maurice Galloway.
All right, sir, you're here for, this is an arraignment on a misdemeanor, driving with suspended license. The Office of the Public Defender was previously appointed.
We're going to enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Enter a plea of not guilty except for the pretrial division 83. All right, good luck, sir. Good morning, sir. Your name, please?
Shivel, David.
Sir, you're here for an arraignment on a charge of DUI. It's Division 82, and the Office of the Public Defender was previously appointed to represent you.
We're going to enter a denial. I believe it's a VOP.
It's VOP, yes.
VOP status date will be February 6th.
Good luck, sir. Academy bonded. Okay, thank you. Okay.
And Your Honor, could we reset for tomorrow? There's an offer to resolve.
Yes, we'll reset Hamilton to tomorrow.
Jasmine Harrison is mental health.
She's on suicide watch. Can we reset Ms. Harrison also for tomorrow, Your Honor?
Yes, we'll reset Jasmine Harrison to tomorrow. All right, good morning, ma'am. I'm sorry. No. Good morning. Your name, please, ma'am?
Lydia Johnson.
Johnson, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a trespass of an occupied structure for refusing to leave.
Yes, Your Honor, the offer from the state was a withhold of adjudication, credit time served, and no return to 7450 Augusta National Drive, as well as court costs. Ms. Johnson would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay. All right, Ms. Johnson, I'm being handed a plea form indicating you wish to plead no contest to the offense. Plea, it'd be a withhold of adjudication, time served, so you'd be released as to this case today.
Yes.
And I'll give you time to get the cost paid, order you not to return to the scene. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Holding up the plea form has your name at the top. Is that your signature at the bottom?
Yes.
How do you plead to that charge, trespass of an occupied structure, refusing to leave?
No contest.
I'll accept that. I'll withhold adjudication, credit for 2 days you served in jail, order you not to return to the Staybridge Suites Hotel, 7450 Augusta National Drive. I'll give you 350 days to pay the cost. Okay, you don't want to go back. If you go back, you're just going to get rearrested, okay? Don't return, all right? You have 30 days to appeal, so you'll be processed and released today. All right, good luck, ma'am.
John Sims is mental health,
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, I'll appoint the public defender and stay the bond at $500.
And he's in competency proceedings in both of his out-on-bond cases, so I would ask that you take no action, Your Honor.
I'll take no action on the add-on bonds.
bonded, Your Honor.
Dick's bonded, thank you.
Valentin bonded, Your Honor.
Do you have the case number? I don't have it.
On Watkins?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's 22 MO 1432 AO.
Donnie Watkins.
All right, Mr. Watkins, you're here for initial appearance. You were arrested for ordinance violation of disorderly conduct.
Yes, Your Honor, and the offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and court costs. Mr. Watkins would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, Mr. Watkins, I'm handed a plea form. Has your name at the top? Is that your signature at the bottom?
Yes, it is.
All right, to that disorderly conduct, how do you plead?
No contest.
I'll accept a no contest. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the 2 days. I'll give you 350 days to pay the cost. You've got 30 days to appeal, so you'll be processed and released as to this today.
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck.
Marlo Cruz bonded, Your Honor.
Cruz bonded, thank you.
And Rosalind Figueroa bonded.
Figueroa bonded. Okay. All right, good morning. Your name, please?
Zandra Johnson.
Ms. Johnson, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for 2 charges, having no motor vehicle registration and driving with a suspended license with knowledge. Okay. I'll appoint the public defender. On the no motor vehicle registration, I'll reduce that to an ROR. Count 2, I'll stay at $500. Good luck.
Maureen Mangum bonded, Your Honor.
This make me nervous.
Good morning. Your name, please?
Zaya Snell.
State did convey an offer to Ms. Snell of a withhold credit time served.
And she would like to accept and enter plea of no contest.
Okay. That's it. That's it.
All right, Ms. Snell, I've been being handed a plea form indicating you wish to enter a plea of no contest to the offense of operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. It'd be a withhold of adjudication, credit for the 2 days you served in jail, and costs, and I'll give you time to get the cost paid. Is that your understanding, and is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Holding up the plea form, it's got your name at the top. Is that your signature at the bottom?
I'm blind, but yes, that's my.
Okay, all right. You just signed a document? Okay.
Yes.
All right, to that second-degree misdemeanor operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license, how do you plead?
No contest.
I'll accept that. I'll withhold 2 days credit, 350 days to pay the cost. You got 30 days to appeal, so you'll be processed and released on this today.
Thank you.
All right, good luck.
I won't see me no more.
Your Honor, on the last case on Snell.
You got it? Yep. All right. If I'm going too fast, just tell me to slow down. Okay. Good morning, sir. Your name, please?
Ray Stiles.
Mr. Stiles, you're here for initial appearance on a couple of matters. All right. It appears that you make too much money to qualify for the public defender based on your application. You've been arrested for driving with a suspended license with knowledge, and that bond is set at $500. You're also currently out on bond from a couple weeks ago for fleeing and also driving with suspended license.
Yes, sir.
State what's your position on the out on bond.
Your Honor, he was arrested on that 12/8, so it's been about 20 days. He has not yet filed, so state will leave it within your discretion.
Okay. All right. I'm going to revoke that bond, but I will set a new bond in that case, $2,500 on count 1 and $500 on count 2. And order you not to drive without a valid driver's license. If you get pulled over again, expect to be in here and sitting here on no bond.
Sir, so I can bond out?
You can bond out. You've got bonds on the case from a couple weeks ago. I revoked that bond, so you can post a new bond on that. That total bond is $3,000
Okay.
and $500 on the new case from
Today?
yesterday, yeah.
Okay, yes, sir.
All right,
Appreciate it, Your Honor.
good luck. Good morning. Your name, please?
Janelle Amador.
Ms. Amador, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for aggravated assault. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. State you have a position on the out on bond.
Your Honor, given that it's not related, state would request that you take no action.
All right. All right, I'll stay the bond at $2,500. I'll take no action on the out on bond. I am going to order you not to return to this Wawa gas station, 7030 South Orange Blossom Trail. No contact with the victim, possess no weapons or firearms. All right, good luck.
Yes.
Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Jesse Calhoun, good morning as well.
Mr. Calhoun, you're here for initial appearance on 2 cases. You've been arrested for battery on a law enforcement officer and assault on a law enforcement officer. Those bonds are $2,500 on the first count, $100 on the second count.
Sir, I was.
Well, hold on, but you've got the right to remain, this is an initial appearance.
With the battery on the Leo, I was under,
Hold on, hold on. Calhoun, hold on.
No.
Mr. Calhoun, hold on a second.
No.
Just listen. Just listen. Today's an initial appearance, today's not a trial, okay? I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in these cases. So you have an attorney now. On the battery on a law enforcement officer, the bond's $2,500. On the assault, it's $100. You were also arrested for failing to appear for a violation of probation status hearing on a DUI. All right, that bond has been set at $5,000. So I've appointed an attorney to represent you in both cases. Good luck.
What the fuck?
Good morning, ma'am. Your name, please?
Brittany Campbell.
Morning, Ms. Campbell. You're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for tampering with physical evidence and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. State, what's the position on out on bond?
The state would request no action.
Okay, I'll take no action on the out on bond. On the new case, I've appointed the public defender. You got $1,000 bond on count 1 and $500 bond on count 2. Good luck.
Juan Caraballo, refuse, Your Honor.
On Caraballo, I'm going to appoint the public defender. On his failure to appear, I'll stay the bond at none. And on the new law, I'll stay the bond at $500 with an order not to return to the scene of the to Americana Plaza. No return to the scene.
And you appointed us, Your Honor?
Yeah, I appointed the public defender. Good morning, sir. Your name, please?
James Leslie Coney Jr.
Mr. Coney, you're here for initial appearance. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You've been, excuse me?
Oh, never mind, I'm sorry.
That's a different, there's a different Coney, okay. So, Mr. Coney, you're here, you were arrested for sale or delivery of fentanyl, possession of drug paraphernalia with intent to sell, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Bonds have been set at $15,000 on count 1, $2,500 on count 2, $5,000 on count 3, and I'll ROR you on count 4. And I've appointed the public defender. All right, good luck. All right, good morning, sir. Your name, please?
JVR Coney.
Mr. Coney, you're here for initial appearance. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You've been arrested for trafficking in MDMA with a weapon, possession of drug paraphernalia with intent to sell, possession of drug paraphernalia. State you have a position on bond on count 1.
Our state, we just asked that you set a reasonable bond. It appears Mr. Coney has little criminal history, so state, we just asked that you take that into account when setting his bond.
Okay. Defense?
I would ask the same, Your Honor. He has only a resisting an officer that I see on his record when setting the bond.
All right. I'm going to set the bond at $25,000 on count 1, $5,000 on count 2. I'll ROR on count 3, and I've appointed you an attorney.
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
So I have a bond?
Yeah, yes, you do. Morning, sir. Your name, please? Mr. Couch, you're here for initial appearance, 2 cases. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in both cases. You've been arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and petty theft. Those bonds are stayed at $3,500 on count 1, $250 on count 2. I'm going to order you not to return to the scene, have no contact with any victim or witnesses. Also arrested for resisting an officer without violence in a second case. I'll stay that bond at $500. Good luck.
He stated he works at the liquor store where this occurred, Your Honor.
Could I see the address on the last one?
Is it inside the store?
Went around the counter and grabbed scissors.
Oh, okay. You could have a one-time return law enforcement. You're not gonna be able to go back there. You have stuff there? Could he have a one-time return with law enforcement, Your Honor? He left some of his belongings there.
All right. You can return to the scene one time, but you have to be escorted by law enforcement to get your personal belongings. You're not to go back there alone. Okay. All right, good luck.
Mason is mental health, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm gonna appoint the public defender. First case, I'll stay the bond at $1,000 for the warrant. And the second case, also the Capias bonds at $2,000. Morning, ma'am. Your name, please?
Donato.
Ms. Donato, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for possession of fentanyl and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'll appoint the public defender in all cases. All right. Bond set at $1,000 on count one, $100 on count two. State what's your position on the out on bond. Looks like she's in PTD.
It looks like she's in level 2, so state with request no action.
All right, I'll take no action. All right. Good luck. Morning, your name, sir?
Malik Gillens.
All right, sir, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested pursuant to a Capias, a probable cause order, shooting from a vehicle. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. State, you have a position on bond?
This has already been filed. It is an F2, so we just ask that you take that into account when sending his bond. I also believe he's also currently on probation.
Defense, do you have a position on bond? Just give me a moment.
I believe it allegedly happened twice. Approximately noon one day and then approximately 5 later in that day. First time being 9 shots, the next time being 2. And I believe there was a confession.
All right, I'm going to set the bond at $10,000. Order you not to possess any weapons or firearms, and the public defender's been appointed. Morning, your name, sir?
Good morning, Kenneth Marrero.
Mr. Marrero, you're here for initial appearance on 2 cases. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in these cases. First, you've been arrested for aggravated assault. The bond set at $2,500. Going to order you not to return to the scene, not have any contact with the co-defendant, no contact with victims, possess no weapons or firearms. Yes. Also arrested for resisting an officer without violence. That bond set at $500 or stayed at $500. You're also currently out on bond from just a couple,
8 days ago?
looks like last week. I'm gonna revoke that bond and set it at none. And I'll appoint the public defender in all cases, including the add-on bond.
Okay.
Good luck.
Sorry.
Good morning, sir. Your name, please?
Miguel Martinez.
Mr. Martinez, you're here for initial appearance. Couple cases. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in both cases. Been arrested in it's the same charge, grand theft, third degree, and criminal mischief dealing with catalytic converters. Bond set at $2,500 on count one, $150 on count two. That's on each case, so that's doubled. I've appointed the public defender. I'm going to order you not to return to the scene. No contact with the co-defendant, any witnesses or victims.
Your Honor, he does qualify for pretrial release. I don't see any convictions on his record. I would ask for pretrial release in this case.
State, you have an objection to pretrial release?
No, Judge.
Okay, all right. Because of lack of history, I'll release you, pretrial release. You're not to have any contact with Mr. Dominic Crespo. No contact with him. No return to the scene, no contact with any witnesses or victims. All right, good luck.
I don't see anything. I don't know. There's no. Yeah, you just have to put. Accept it. I don't know why.
All right, good morning, sir. Your name, please?
Jose Mateo Burgos.
Yeah. I know. You try a different bail bond.
All right, sir, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for 2 counts of aggravated assault with a firearm. I'll appoint the public defender. State, you have a position on bond?
Your Honor, state will leave it within your discretion. Mr. Mateo Burgos doesn't seem to have much criminal history. State's main concern is this happened at his apartment's leasing office, where the victims were, as they were members of the team for the leasing office. So state would just ask that you take that into account when setting his conditions.
And Your Honor, he did post the bond, and then for some reason, it was as though he had a hold.
That charge normally comes in as a no bond. So the
that's why.
the officer wrote a bond amount in there, and that was actually in error.
Okay, that way. Okay, thank you.
So does defense have a position on bond?
I was gonna ask that you stay the bond that the officer originally wrote that was listed, Your Honor. The only thing I would also ask is that you provide him, if you're gonna issue a no return, he be allowed to return once to gather his belongings.
All right, sir, I'm going to, I'll go ahead and I'll stay the original bonds that you've already posted. That's $2,500 on count one, $150 on count two. I am going to order that you have no contact with any victim or witnesses in this case. You can return to the scene one time with law enforcement escorting you to get your personal belongings. You're not to go back there alone, so you contact this is the sheriff's office to escort you to the, my guess is you're probably going to get evicted. So that's going to be but you want to avoid a problem, so go back with law enforcement. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms while this matter's pending. Otherwise, no contact with any of the folks that were involved in on the property that day. Good luck.
Your Honor, Antoine Neal with a refusal.
Okay. I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender. State, you have a position on bond.
Your Honor, it is a PBL, but it's punishable by life. However, it's not generally the normal Berg bats that we see.
Yeah.
So state will leave it within your discretion whether or not you want to set a bond. State would just bring your attention that Mr. Neal does have several failures to appear, the most recent being approximately 2 months ago, and other extensive criminal history, including several other violent offenses.
Defense?
I would ask that you use your discretion to set a bond, Your Honor, in this particular case, given the facts.
All right. I'll just let everybody know that the victim in the case is a former client of mine. And I've been to the property. It's been a long, long time ago. In reading the affidavit, it appears that the house had been boarded up. Statements the defendant made indicated, that may be, I don't know. I'm inclined to set a bond. If anybody has a problem with, because I know the victim, I haven't seen the guy in 10 years, but I know him. So I'll set the bond at $5,000. I'll order him not to have any contact with the victim, no return to the scene. But I'm not surprised. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Gabriel Oliver.
Mr. Oliver, you're here for initial appearance. Been arrested for grand theft of a motor vehicle. That bond is set at $3,500. You're also arrested for attaching a tag, not a sign, to the vehicle. That bond's $500. I'll appoint the public defender in both cases. State what's your position on the add-on bond.
Sure. Oh, no, that's yours.
Your Honor, has not yet been filed, and it's from September, so state would request no action.
I'll take no action on the add-on bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck, sir. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Timothy Page.
Mr. Page, you're here for initial appearance. Okay. I'm going to appoint the public defender. You've been arrested for driving with suspended license, a third or subsequent offense, and grand theft motor vehicle. All right. The bond's set at $2,500 on count one, $150 on count two. Good luck. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
David Pierce.
Mr. Pierce, you're here for initial appearance. I'm going to appoint the public defender. You've been arrested for violation of pretrial release. On pretrial release for grand theft of motor vehicle and driving with a suspended license. The allegations that you violated are that you committed new offenses of driving with suspended license. Yeah, that's in Altamont Springs in Seminole County. All right, the judge revoked your pretrial release and set the bond at none. Good luck. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Christian Romero Moya.
Sir, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for fleeing or attempting to elude law enforcement and reckless driving. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. State you have a position on bond.
Your Honor, he appears no other criminal history, so state would just ask for a reasonable bond, taking that into account.
Okay. All right, defense?
I would ask for the same, Your Honor. He has no history.
Okay. I'll set the bond at $1,500 on count one, and I'll stay the bond at $500 on count two. Good luck.
Noah Sanders, if behavior, Your Honor.
On Sanders, I'll appoint the public defender and I'll stay the bonds, 500 on count 1, 10,000 on count 2, 1,000 on count 3, 5,000 on count 4, and 2,500 on count 5.
And they would ask for no contact with the co-defendant, victim.
No contact with any victim, co-defendant, possess no weapons or firearms, no return to the scene. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Wilfred Sardio.
All right, Mr. Sardio, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for driving the suspended license as habitual offender. I'll appoint the public defender. Your bond is set at $2,500. Good luck. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Rafael Sepulveda.
All right, sir, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested pursuant to a warrant for dealing in stolen property in violation of the pawn statute. Bond's been set at $2,500 on count 1 and $150 on count 2. And I'll appoint the public defender. All right, good luck. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Horace Wallace, sir.
Mr. Wallace, you're here for initial appearance on 2 cases. First case, you've been arrested for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia, and those bonds are $1,000 on count 1, $500 on count 2. You've also been arrested separately on a warrant for grand theft motor vehicle and grand theft over $10,000. Those bonds have been set at $1,000 on count 1 and $500 on count 2. So total for both cases is $3,000. I'll appoint the public defender in both cases.
And he does qualify for pretrial release, Your Honor. His last conviction was a trespass in August of last year. I would ask for pretrial release. He has no failures to appear.
State what's your position on that.
State has no objection, Your Honor, since there'll be more oversight.
All right, Mr. Wallace, I'll release you on pretrial release with the condition that you not consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you be subject to random testing. All right?
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
You wanted that condition just for the drug case or for both cases?
The conditions that you imposed. Those 2 conditions, just on the drug.
Your Honor,
Both cases.
could he
Yes,
have a grace period, a 30-day grace period for any marijuana? Just for marijuana, Your Honor. I'm okay with the other drugs, just for marijuana.
That's fine.
Thank you.
30-day grace period. Yep. Please.
Amelia Gonzalez.
Ms. Gonzalez, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested pursuant to a Broward County warrant. 2 charges, both lewd lascivious molestation. Bond is stayed at none. They're going to notify Broward County that you're here. They'll come get you within 72 hours. That does not include the weekend, so odds are it'll be probably the beginning of next week. And you'll be taken back to Broward County.
Okay.
All right. Good luck, ma'am. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Armanio Mestico.
Morning, sir. You're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for battery on a person 65 years of age or older. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. State, you have a position on bond?
Your Honor, state would just ask for a reasonable bond, taking into account his criminal history and that he's currently on probation, also for a violent offense.
Defense?
I'd ask for a reasonable bond and a one-time return with law enforcement to gather any belongings, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to set the bond at $2,500. I'm going to order you to have no contact with Angela Castro, it appears to be your grandmother. You're to maintain separate residence from her.
What this is?
You can return to the Stardust Lane address one time with law enforcement, get your personal belongings. You're not to go back there alone. You're not to have contact with her.
This is just saying, he said no contact, this is saying you understand you can't have contact with your grandma.
Oh, but that was all false.
It doesn't matter for today's purpose.
Okay. All right, good luck, sir.
Sign. That's all. It's not a thing you do.
He refused to sign.
So they still, even though it's false, they want me to sign the thing. I can't tell no.
You did,
I have to call my grandma and she still want to talk to me.
it's on the record. You're ordered to have no contact with your grandmother. And you can't live there either.
Once she comes to court.
That sign right here.
They have to do that later, so probably.
All right, good luck, sir.
So hey boss, so when do I get my PD card? Really, I was just in my house relaxing though. And this
Stop talking about the facts. The phone number for the attorney is circled, and you can call and speak to them.
Yeah, I've appointed you an attorney and you have a bond. All right, good luck. Morning, ma'am. Your name, please?
Kelly?
Ms. Kelly, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for an aggravated battery. It's domestic related. I'll appoint the public defender. State, you have a position on bond?
Your Honor, it would just have you take into account that she does have a prior bat DV also against the same victim. I believe it was a 22 misdemeanor case and a 2021 non-arrest bat DV case. Both the defendant declined to prosecute, or the victim declined to prosecute. So they would just ask that you take that into account when setting her bond.
Okay. Defense?
In your honor, I would ask that you consider the fact that she was never convicted of those crimes, as well as ordering a one-time return with law enforcement so she can gather her belongings.
I'm going to set the bond at $1,000. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Mr. Jimenez, that you maintain a separate residence. So he's living at that Evangeline Avenue address. You have to live somewhere else. You can return there one time, but you have to be escorted by law enforcement to get your personal belongings. You don't go back there alone. Don't have contact with him. All right, good luck.
Your Honor, she would also request no weapons.
Yeah, order no weapons, firearms, including broomsticks. All right. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Ease Regis.
Mr. Regis, you're here for initial appearance on 3 cases. First, you've been arrested for new offenses of battery by strangulation, that's domestic related, battery, it's domestic related, robbery by sudden snatching, and resisting an officer without violence. I will appoint the public defender in all 3 cases. State you have a position on bond.
Your Honor, we just ask that you set a reasonable bond on all counts. And then stay as bonds on the other 2 cases.
Okay, defense?
I just asked for a reasonable bond, your honor. I do not believe they reside together.
All right, I'm gonna, count 1, I'll set the bond, $2,500. Count 2, the bond will be set at $500. Count 3, the bond is stated at $1,000, and count 4, bond is at $500. I'm gonna order you to have no contact with Kadadra Johnson, that you maintain a separate residence from her, possess no weapons or firearms. You've also been arrested on violations of probation in 2 cases. Allegations that you violated probation. The first case, you were on probation for fleeing or attempting to elude. Allegations you failed to report, changed your residence without permission, left the county of residence without permission, failed to complete community service, failed to pay restitution. Bond is set at none. The second violation of probation, you were on probation for possession of firearm by a convicted felon. Allegations that you violated are the same, and bond is also stayed at none. All right, good luck. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Edwin Soames.
Mr. Soames, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested pursuant to a warrant for hindering communication of law enforcement and battery. It's domestic related. State, you have a position on bond.
Just reasonable bond to both counts, Your Honor.
I will appoint the public defender to represent you in the case. Actually, you got two cases.
Your Honor, I asked for a reasonable bond and a one-time return with law enforcement to gather any belongings.
All right, I'll set the bond on the battery at $1,000. I'm going to order no victim contact, maintain a separate residence, one-time return with law enforcement escorting you to get your personal belongings, otherwise no contact. Second case, you were arrested for resisting an officer without violence and possession of less than 20 grams of cannabis. Those bonds are set at $500 each. Public defenders appointed in all cases.
Your Honor, are you setting a bond on the hindering communication?
Yeah, I'll stay that bond at, it's $150 on the warrant.
Okay, thank you.
Morning, ma'am. Your name, please?
Morning, Kenesha Anderson.
Ms. Anderson, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery. It's domestic related. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. State, you have a position on bond?
She does qualify for PTR and state has no objection.
Okay, defense?
I would ask for pretrial release, Your Honor.
All right, I'll release you on pretrial release with the condition that you have no contact with Minton Hall, the victim. Maintain a separate residence, so if he's residing at that South Street apartment, you're gonna have to live somewhere else. You can return there one time with law enforcement to get your personal belongings. Don't go back there alone. Don't have contact with him. And I'm gonna order you not to, don't possess any weapons or firearms. All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Morning, your name, please?
My name's Amy Marie Nels.
Ms. Nels, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for battery. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. State, you have a position on bond.
Ms. Nels also qualifies for PTR, state has no objection.
Okay. Defense?
I would ask for pretrial release, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll release you on pretrial release, Ms. Nels, with the condition that you have no contact with your daughter, the listed victim. You have to maintain a separate residence from her. You can return one time with law enforcement to get your personal belongings. You're not to go back there alone. Otherwise, no contact with her. Okay. Well, you're able to get your medications and all that stuff from the house, but you have to go back with law enforcement. You just contact, this is in a Apopka, you contact the Apopka Police Department, ask them to escort you to the house to get your personal belongings. Okay? All right, good luck. Morning, your name, sir?
Jerian.
Sir, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery. It's domestic related. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. State, you have a position on bond?
We have a victim, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. You swear in the
Sir,
witness?
please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Please state your name for the record.
Damian Nelson.
All right, Mr. Nelson, I see you're listed as the victim. If Mr. Williams is given a bond and is released, do you want to have contact with him, or do you want him to stay away from you?
No, I'll have contact with him.
Okay, are you in fear of him?
No.
All right, State, do you have any questions for Mr. Nelson?
Has anything like this ever happened before?
No.
And if anything like this or anything more severe ever occurs in the future, are you comfortable calling 911?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. That's all I have, Your Honor. And Mr. Williams does qualify for PTR. State has no objection.
Defense, I'll appoint the public defender. Do you have any questions for the witness, and do you have an objection to pretrial release?
No questions and no objection, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Mr. Williams, I'm going to release you on pretrial release with the condition that you have no hostile contact with Mr. Nelson. If you get upset, you just got to turn around and walk the other way, okay? All right. Thank you, sir. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Etienne Cartwright.
Mr. Cartwright, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested on a Brevard County warrant for, looks like attempted first-degree murder, occupied burglary with a battery therein. Both of those carry no bond. And you have 3 counts of aggravated assault with a firearm. Those have been given a bond of $10,000 each. And a last count of battery, and that's a $500 bond. Additionally, with the order, no contact with the victim, no return to the scene. Now, what they're gonna do is they're gonna contact Brevard County. They're gonna tell Brevard County that you're here. They'll come get you within 24 hours. Okay?
Okay.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Good morning. My name is Justin Fletcher.
Mr. Fletcher, you're here for initial appearance. You were arrested on a Polk County warrant for failing to appear for court on a charge of driving with a suspended license. The bond's been set at $500. If you're able to, you can post the bond here in Orange County and get released, and then you'll get a court date for Polk County to go back. If you can't bond out, they're gonna call Polk County and they'll come get you within 24 hours. Then you'll see a judge in Polk County.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'd rather do my time.
Okay. All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Morning, your name, sir?
How you doing, Your Honor? My name is Dominic Crespo.
All right, Mr. Crespo, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a violation of probation. Let's see, we've got 3 cases today. So we've got a violation of probation. It's an on-view violation for, looks like you were on probation for a whole bunch of theft-related, all kinds of stuff. Grand theft, dealing stolen property, fleeing or attempting to elude, obstruction, driving with suspended license, grand theft. Okay, allegations that you violated are the new arrests for 2 separate cases of grand theft, 3rd degree, and criminal mischief, more than $1,000. So on the violation of probation, I'm gonna stay the bond at none. On the 2 grand theft cases, first count, I'm gonna stay the bond at $2,500 each, that's on each case, and criminal mischief, $150 on each case. Order you to have no contact with the co-defendant, no contact with any witnesses, and no return to the scene. All right. Good luck, sir. And I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Cedric Farris.
Sir, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a violation of probation. You were arrested for, you were on probation for grand theft. Allegations that you violated are that you changed your residence without permission and that you failed to make restitution payments. It's no bond on the warrant. I'll appoint the public defender to, let's see. Yeah, it's no bond, so I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Morning, your name, sir?
Oscar Hunt.
Mr. Hunt, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for violation of community control. Allegations that you violated are that you failed to remain confined to your approved residence on December the 10th, 7:30 in the morning. The judge set the bond at none on the warrant. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Good morning, sir. Your name, please?
Israel Valley.
Mr. Valley, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a violation of probation. You were on probation for uttering forged bills. Allegations that you violated are that you changed your residence without permission. Judge set a bond at $2,500, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Is the state ready to go on the 33-day motions?
Yes, Judge.
Got Daniel Bates, 22 CF 10459.
Denied. He was revoked on that case.
Sorry, you say he was revoked?
Yes, the judge revoked his bond on that case and due to him picking up a new law. So a 33-day motion is not the correct motion. They need to file a bond motion.
Okay. So I've got 22 CF 13719, Montarius Burton.
Granted, notice and on filing.
I've got 22 CF 13733, Nicole Yvonne Watkins.
Granted, notice and on filing.
We granted. 22 CF 13794, David Lee Davis.
Granted, notice and on filing.
Granted. 22 CF 13717, Joseph William Herzog.
Granted, notice and on filing.
22 CF 13721, Joshua Alexander Rooks.
Denied, and information was filed.
Denied, information was filed. 22 CF 13801, Inudi Correa Guadalupe, Correa Guadalupe.
Denied, and information was filed.
All right. I want to start it, are we able to start at 10:30, you think?